Why should you get a carry permit? Let's talk about that. Welcome to the Patriot Training YouTube channel. My name is Clay Howell. I'm the owner and head firearms instructor at Patriot Training. The purpose of this video is to talk about the carry permit, specifically the Tennessee Enhanced Handgun Carry Permit. You should get one, and here's why I say that. As a caveat, there are permits in every state, all 50 states, and not every permit is created the same. There are about 37 or so states that have very similar laws, than the remaining 13 are much more restrictive. So this cannot be a video. We just don't have enough time to go into detail about the pros and the cons and why you should get each state permit. This is going to be for Tennessee, but this will largely apply for other states, most other states as well. The first reason I believe you should get an enhanced carry permit in the state of Tennessee, if you are a Tennessee resident, is that the legal section of the carry permit material is put out by the state of Tennessee. God forbid you ever have to defend yourself using your gun. Your criminal defense attorney can argue that you followed exactly the letter of the law as put out in their own material. A friend of mine who is a criminal defense attorney says use the law to beat the law, and that's what you want to do. That's the concept here. And this is very important because your actions are going to be called into question. And when you can say, when your attorney can show that the law says to do X and you did exactly that, why then your attorney has many more options at their disposal to get all those charges dismissed against you, and that's exactly what you want. The second and third reason that I admire the enhanced carry permit, and I really strongly suggest that you get one, is because it's a refresher on where you can and cannot carry, and it's a refresher on when you can and cannot shoot. An anecdote about this: a friend of mine who got his carry permit without having to take the class by way of having had pistol training in the military, attended the carry permit with his wife, gets done with the class, and he goes, I didn't know any of that legal stuff. He was very honest, and that was good information, because it points out that yes, you might be former law enforcement, former military, whatever, and have the qualifications to get it. You should still sit through the class, because again, kind of like we pointed out in our first point, it tells you where you can and cannot carry, when you can and cannot shoot, and you need to have a legal refresher on those laws for you as a civilian. The fourth reason I suggest that somebody get an enhanced carry permit is reciprocity. Currently, there are 37 states that have reciprocal agreements, written agreements with the state of Tennessee, where that carry permit will work in that state. As always, know before you go. Just because you have a Tennessee permit does not mean that Tennessee law is going to apply. If I travel, say for example, to Kentucky, my Tennessee carry permit is good as of the filming of this video. However, Kentucky law has some differences from Tennessee, and I, the carry permit holder, must be aware of those differences. Remember, ignorance is never an excuse when it comes to the law. The fifth reason I recommend people get a carry permit is for those people that are very concerned about being put on a list. Let me assure you, you're already there. If you aren't there, have you really been living your life right? Certainly not been practicing what you preach, have you? The sixth and most important thing I want to talk about is not a reason to get the carry permit. It's an admonishment. It is to make sure you stay honest. Remember, the carry permit class is not a training class. It is a safety class. Go and get professional training above and beyond that. If you've had training and your first thing is, well, I've had training, then you, my friend, are undertrained and you need to get into a civilian defensive pistol class yesterday. If you're really as high speed and low drag as you say you are, you know that you need to continue to train, you need to continue to practice, you need to continue to get those skills sharpened at every possible opportunity. Well, folks, that about does it. What say you? Do you have an opinion on this? I'd love to hear it down in the comments section. Remember, you can differ in your opinion from mine. That's fine. Understand that a lot of the law that we talk about here, I'm a carry permit instructor, so I'm reading it straight off the state of Tennessee. So you can disagree with the law, but if you want to get it changed, you got to talk to your legislator, right? Hit like, hit subscribe, click that notification bell so you can find out when that next Patriot Training video is coming. And as always, I must remind you, you don't have to be a Patriot to train, but you do have to train if you want to be a Patriot. Take care.